Tonight we're going to read a book called Where the Wild Things Are, Stories and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. That night, Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. And his mother said, "Wild thing," and Max said, "I'll eat you up." And his mom sent him to his bed with nothing to eat for dinner. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew and grew and grew some more until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around him. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max that even had his name on it, and he sailed off through the night and the day, and in and out of weeks, and almost over a full year, to where the wild things were. And when he came to a place where the wild things were, they roared their terrible roars, and they gnashed their terrible teeth, and they rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. Until Max said, "Be still." And he tamed them with a magic trick by staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wildest thing of all, and made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus begin." And they danced in the moonlight, and they hung from trees, and they carried Max around like he was a king that he was. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed with no supper. And Max, the king of the wild things, was lonely, and he wanted to be somewhere where someone loved him the best. Then all around, from far, far around the world, he smelled good things to eat, so he gave up being king of where the wild things were. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And he sailed back over a year, in and out of weeks, and through a day. And he sailed right into the night of his very own room, where he found a supper waiting for him, and it was still hot.